What number is written on the expander? Try reading it. Now read it with me. 1,132. Notice that the expander is partially closed today. It was open a little bit more yesterday on our worksheets. We have a 1 in the thousands place, a 1 in the hundreds place, a 3 in the tens place, and a 2 in the ones place. How would you represent this number with thousands, hundreds, tens, and ones blocks? Let me show you how to draw those. When we draw a thousands block, we put it in square and we put a T in the middle of it. We do that because a hundreds block is drawn the same way, but when we draw a hundreds block, we put an H. So T stands for thousands, H stands for hundreds. So I have my 1,000s block, my 100s block. Now I need 3 tens blocks. When we draw tens blocks, we just draw sticks. Now I need my 2 ones blocks. Those are just circles. Let's look at these expanders down here. What number is written on each of these expanders? On this first expander, I notice there's a 0 in the hundreds place. So we're going to read it together. But we don't have to say the 0 because it's just holding the place. So we say 1,045. Say that with me. 1,045. Let's look at this number. Again, I notice there's a 0 in the hundreds place. So let's say it. 1,054. Say it with me. 1,054. Look at the numbers on both expanders. What does the 4 in each number mean? Well, on this expander, I'm having a hard time because there's so many white squares. So I'm going to make a note for myself because that's what good mathematicians do. So over here on this first square, I'm going to write a T and an H. That stands for thousands. On this square, I'm going to write an H for hundreds. On this next one, I'm going to write a T for tens. And on the last one, I'm going to write an O for ones. Now I can look at my expander and look at the number 4 like it tells me to right here. So this 4 is in the tens place. I'm going to draw a quick picture below it to show that there are 4 tens in this number. Over here on the next expander, I'm going to make the same notes for myself. So my thousands, hundreds, tens, and ones. On this side, I have a 4 in the ones place. So I'm going to draw 4 circles. Now it says to look at what does the 5 in each number represent. I'm going to switch colors. So my 5 on this one is in the ones place. So I'm going to draw 5 circles. My 5 on this one, this number, is in the tens place. So I will draw 5 tens rods. What do you notice about these two numbers? I notice that this number has 4 tens and 5 ones. That makes the number 45 in the tens and ones place. This number has 5 tens and 4 ones. That makes the number 54. If I were to compare these two numbers, I could tell right off that 45 is less than 54. So 1,045 is less than 1,054. It matters where the digits go on these expanders. It also matters that you put the correct number. The number 1,045 needs to be written just like this: a 1 in the thousands place, a 0 in the hundreds, a 4 in the tens, and a 5 in the ones. If I were to write a 100 in the thousands place, or a 1,000 in the thousands place, that's what some friends did yesterday on their worksheet. If I were to do that, that means that I would have 1,000 in the thousands place. I don't need 1,000 in the thousands place. I only need 1. Remember when you're doing a place value chart like this, you can only have 1 digit in each box. Let's look down below. Our directions say, color the blocks to match the number shown on the expander. So I have an expander here that says 1,129. So my job is to color the blocks to match that number. So I'm going to start with my 1,000. How many thousand blocks do I have? Just 1. So I'm going to color 1 thousandths block. It doesn't have to be perfect, and it doesn't have to be colored all the way. You just need to show that you colored it somewhat. Okay, so now I've done that one. Remember, good mathematicians make notes for themselves. So I'm underlining to show that I've already done that number. 100. So I need to color 100ths block. I'm underlining to show I've already done that number. 20. Remember, on the tens blocks, you only need to draw a line over them. So there's 10, 20, and 9. These are all these put together equal 9, so I'm going to color all of them in. I can tell that because it's in the shape of a 10 frame, and if I had one more, I would have 10. So that's easy to see. Now let's look at letter B, 1,014. So again, I'm going to color 1 thousandths block. I don't need to color any hundreds blocks this time because there's a 0 in that place. I'm going to color 1 tens block and 4 ones blocks. And that's how you do it. On the next page, you are going to practice filling in the place value charts again. It looks like this. It says, look at the blocks. Write the matching number on the expander. So this is similar to what we did yesterday, except this time the blocks are not in order. So please pay attention to which blocks you are counting. For the thousands place, we're going to be counting the thousands cubes. For the hundreds place, we need to count the hundreds blocks. For the tens place, we need to count the tens rods. And for the ones place, we need to count the ones cubes. If it helps to make notes for yourself above the expander or the place value chart, please do that. That will help you sometimes. It helps to keep you from getting confused about which blocks you're looking at. So that's A, B, C, D, and E. Down below, the step ahead says, think about how you would show the number on the expander. Then color the bubble beside the blocks that you could use. This number is 1,160. How would we show that? Good mathematicians make notes for themselves. So I would probably draw this number using my blocks that Miss Bailey just taught me how to draw. So I would need 1 thousandths block, 1 hundredths block, 6 tens blocks, and 0 ones blocks. I would suggest that you draw that over here. Now it's your turn.